All right, so here's the thing, man.
It's the after show.
This is the after show.
This is only on the Patreon.
This is no.
Okay.
You can have this as well,
Okay.
but this is gonna drop first there, and then we're gonna drop at the same time.
This is a separate piece of content.
So I'm telling you about the business,
about
what you're doing, and I'm telling you,
streets.
You want to do flat rates with people, because if you do the big ongoing thing, you were like, no, I'm telling you, it's gonna be like this, and I'm like, no, I hear you.
Okay.
But you have to think as a business. You can't.
And that's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to get to the point, and revenue will be made to the point where money for shoots won't be an issue. Because if you want the higher quality of your videos, I don't want to shoot on my phone. I don't want to shoot, I want it to look really good.
Yeah.
Now, for what I'm asking for on these videos, you could easily say 500 to 1,000 per. Yeah. I'm trying to get 4 to 8 of these a month. That's 4 to 8.
No. And I'm not even talking about that. I'm not getting into specifics with numbers, but I'm saying the moment that we just reached is, as I'm telling you this, you was like, no. I was like, you got it, brother.
Nah.
Like, because whenever Teddy, when you talking to a nigga and he don't hear you, it's like, I'm not about to
boy,
do
the
this.
king of that.
No, but
bro.
I'm trying to hear you though. But no, because I can stand to learn a lot from you. But I'm just letting you know why I wasn't thinking that, because in my mind I'm like, if I don't have capital right now, if I don't have, whether it's 400, 500, if it's not whatever, like we've talked, I don't have the capital. So then it's like, do you wait until you have capital to create? Or if you can get creative with an understanding like, hey, bro, I might not have money, but if what we create makes money, hey, we're both giving our time and energy.
I'm just saying, you and I have both dealt with a lot of snakes.
Yeah.
And that's what I need you to always be aware of.
The cool thing about the person I was talking to about, I've known him for about 8 years.
Listen, man. I don't think you know how snake works.
Right. It don't matter how long you've known somebody. And that's what I be trying to tell them.
Yeah.
He be too trusting. We've had arguments about this.
Well, hey, I will keep you guys posted, and just wait till you see some of the stuff that I've been working on.
I know it's going to be amazing. Wait. That's never a doubt.
Right.
Teddy Ray, this is the after show, man. It's our first time doing this. We gave people a longer episode.
Yes.
So we felt the need to get into something that we did not get into with you, that we were having a dope conversation about air. And I said, turn the cameras back on, man.
Gotcha.
So give it to a dope boy.
Okay, so Theodore has a very, very unique take.
Yeah.
His take is that next Friday, so not first Friday, not Friday after next Friday, the sequel to Friday with Mike Epps, he said is hands down the funniest Friday film of the franchise.
Now you're not saying that this is the best movie out of the
franchise.
Okay,
the movie that made me laugh the hardest
was next Friday.
Friday.
Tell us why you feel this way.
I just felt like they gave Mike Epps more free range.
Okay.
To maneuver in his character. I felt like Smokey, when I rewatch it, it was Smokey, even though he did ad-lib a lot and did a lot, they still knew what he was finna do.
Okay.
You knew he was finna be in the chicken coop. You knew he was finna do certain things, but I just felt like Mike Epps was just slightly a little bit more unpredictable.
I feel like you don't know what was going to come out of his mouth.
Okay.
At any point. At any point. And it's still...
The fat bitch jumped on me.
Cream filling shooting all in the mouth.
Shit.
Glitter.
And this is another point that when Teddy and I were talking about this in the car, he made a very, very strict... Because I always fight him tooth and nail. I'm like, bro, first Friday, classic, hands down, there's nothing touched it. But he said a very, very strong statement that I guess I never thought about.
Yeah.
He said that Mike Epps was basically dealt an impossible hand to follow Chris Tucker in the original. So to have that added pressure to follow Smokey in an iconic role that shifted the culture.
Role. Everybody loves
Smokey. And so then when he said that, I was like, maybe there might be a little bit more credence to the fact maybe it is the funny. Is it funniest pound for pound laughing?
Listen.
What is your take on this, CT?
Listen, man.
Give me your take, CT.
Okay, so Friday 1 was the best film from a directorial standpoint, because you had F. Gary Gray, who was amazing. You had DJ Pooh, who had written it. wrote that shit with Ice Cube. That movie gave you comedy, it gave you action, it gave you drama. Next Friday only gave you comedy, and the storyline wasn't as solid, and the directing wasn't as solid as the first one. Then you got Friday After Next, which was hilarious, introducing Money Mike, aka Cat Williams. Again, that same thing. It's like the story
The story by the third one was just like
crazy, and it was like they're just doing a lot of callback. But Next Friday with Mike Epps was so funny because you quote everything Smokey said and Ezell and a host of others in Friday One. You could literally recite the whole movie. But Next Friday, Mike Epps was so hilarious. From the scene with him, Baby D, he was sliding the cookie down the glass. Pinky comes, Pinky, like
fresh out the
work. My favorite scene, this rest in peace Kool-Aid, when he says, "Hey, nah, you hitting them corners a little too fast." Oh, made me spill his yak on a $200 suit. Get it together, baby. Get it together, baby.
Yes, but is it funnier than part? I don't know. Still, if I can give it,
it's funnier than part one.
The first one, the first
when I rewatch the first one, I feel good.
Yes.
When I rewatch the second one, I laugh.
You laugh more than the first.
Yes.
So, are you agreeing that this is the funniest in the franchise too?
I'm hearing his point. I'm giving you a yes and because I laugh hard at Mike Epps and Pinky in part two, but there are too many other things that make me angry at part two. Also, Uncle Elroy was hilarious. Mr. Nasty time. Ooh, Mr. Nasty. Mr. Nasty.
But bro, but see, that's the thing. I think the first one was just so
classic.
The first one was just so organic, and you laughed at and then even the bully presence, like with Debo and stuff. Like I just feel like it just definitely made more sense in that vein. Like by the time they got to the second one, he was in a dog kennel breaking out with a.
It was a lot of goofy stuff.
It was like it was not even based in reality at all.
I rewind and fast forward to Mike Epps and Clifton Powell's moments in part two, whereas in part one, I gotta watch it, then go from the beginning and watch it again because of the moments that were there. I love seeing Red. I love seeing the flashbacks. I love seeing Hector come around the corner with the music.
Right.
Big Worm, that movie to me.
Right.
So many.
It introduced the characters better.
And you had Bernie Mac in there, and you had AJ. It wasn't AJ Johnson. Yeah. Like I just feel like there was just.
Oh my God, my neck and my back.
And then just even that you got knocked the fuck out. Like there's just so I think by the slightest of margins, number one has to be funnier than number two because number two is always gonna be just a continuation, but I don't know that it could outshine that.
But Mike Epps,
funny-wise, I'm talking about just pound for pound laugh.
I was about to say, bro, that franchise could have been ruined.
Yeah.
By Next Friday.
Right.
It could have been ruined. They could have been the most. It would have never been a Friday After Next if Mike Epps wouldn't have done what he done in Next Friday.
Is Next Friday arguably the greatest comedy sequel ever?
Hold on a second. Before we even say that, you got to think Mike Epps was so funny in Next Friday that they did All About the Benjamins right after.
Right after.
All About the Benjamins was Mike Epps' movie. So you can't.
I always wonder why him and Cube didn't do more movies together.
Put me on the front of the Bentley like this.
I feel like Mike
Epps.
I always wonder why they didn't do more movies. Them two, I felt like they were great as a duo.
I think Mike. 37. In an attempt to establish your own career, I feel like Mike Epps probably wanted to find success on his own.
Okay.
If everybody's saying, "Oh, this guy is the reason why we all love you," you'll eventually find a way to make people love you while you're standing on your own. I think that's.
Also, it's a sidekick thing. Like I think around that time, and this is what every black comedian has to do when you get popular from a role in a movie, black people start calling you that. Not even black people. People start calling you Day Day. I remember him doing comedy, and he'd be like, "My name ain't Day Day. My name is Mike Epps." All right. You've seen the same thing with Cat Williams. My name ain't Money Mike. My name is Cat Williams. Right. So you stand behind Cube for so long, you're like, yo, I need to show y'all I'm me. Plus, I'm still a comedian. He can't come on the stage with me. So that's where he had to get out from behind that shadow.
And you can't be Day Day on stage.
Can't be Day Day on stage. You could be the character, like Michael Blackston was the character that he was in Next Friday for a while. And I think over the past 5 to 7 years, you've seen Michael Blackston stop really coming out in a dashiki. You see him rocking the smooth clothes. He's made his own identity. Who did this to me? Or, all of the stuff that he does.
Friday really did give us a lot of careers.
Yeah, Ice Cube.
Gave us Chris Tucker, Ice Cube,
Nia Long.
Nia Long. There was a lot of people, and Michael Blackston was in it.
Gary Gray, Italian Job,
Cat
Fast and Furious.
Jeez.
Well, you got to go movie by movie.
Uh-huh.
That Ice Cube has put Ice Cube has literally been like the gateway for so many comedians because at one point you couldn't get on unless you had been in an Ice Cube movie.
Because remember Kevin Hart did exactly when he did Ride Along.
Yeah.
Like he was almost like for the 2000s, like from the late 90s to the maybe like 2015. You're right. He really was very much. You had to get a Cube movie on your resume.
Yeah,
even Brandon T. Jackson with Lottery Ticket.
He did Lottery Ticket.
I'm broke, nigga.
I'm broke.
I feel like he fired on that nigga Bow Wow and they just cut it out.
I feel like the angle that Bow Wow good, they couldn't use it because he was like, oh, he flinched. We can't use that. We got to go something else.
So would y'all think that arguably next Friday is the greatest comedic sequel? Because what I feel like comedic sequels never live up to it.
Give me some sequels that you're talking about.
Yeah, I need some references.
I wasn't a fan of Bad Boys 2.
What?
Was not.
This is why we don't ask you your opinion. Stop going to Cole when you on some bull.
Bad Boys 2. First of all, there was way too much time between 1 and 2.
Doughboy.
That don't
Will
matter.
Smith went on to be a megastar.
But
Martin Lawrence was doing his thing.
So you
with
prefer
his
Bad
own
Boy 2
films.
over Part 1?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Hangover 2 was terrible.
And we're talking about, okay, so this is why you can't compare Bad Boys 1 and 2. Bad Boys 1 was by far funnier because Martin Lawrence, it was scripted around him.
Okay.
Then Will Smith went on to do all of these. He became Mr. Box Office.
Right.
So Bad Boys 2 was low-key catered more to him, even though it was super funny because of Martin.
But was it funnier than the first one?
Man, if I could finish
that
statement.
Reggie scene?
That Reggie scene's classic, right? So many things. Woosah wasn't even said before Martin Lawrence said it. Now people can't stop saying it, don't know where they got it from. So when you look at Part 2, it was way bigger because now Mr. Box Office is involved. Michael Bay went on to blow up even more. So now this movie is way bigger than the first one. So Bad Boys 1 and 2 are completely different films, but both incredible.
Which would you prefer out of the two? As a just pound for pound, just watching experience, did you laugh more? Because we're looking at those as both comedies, even though they're action comedies. Would you say that Part 2 was better than Part 1? I wouldn't say.
Part 2 was way better than Part 1.
I love Bad Boys 2 way more than I like Bad Boys 1.
So do you feel like that was a better sequel than Next Friday?
Oh, because now we're talking about films.
We're just talking about sequels.
Yes.
We're talking about
it was a way better sequel than Next Friday. We keep saying Next Friday was the funniest.
And not the best.
The best out of the Friday series is Friday 1.
But not the funniest.
The funniest is Part 2.
I don't know. I think that it would be the good because I
got to get jiggy with this.
Because even like you know how I feel about Coming to America too. I got the hookup too. It's just a lot of just sequels. I just be like,
my wife was in it. I can't talk about it.
Okay, I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Hilarious. I'll just say that I didn't prefer it over the first one. I just feel like a lot of times comedically.
You didn't like Coming to America too?
Oh, I said that was the worst movie that I've ever seen. Like that was the worst.
The worst?
And I got so much love for so many people. We could have
the worst.
How did you feel about it?
Okay.
How did you feel about Coming to America?
First off, I had to lower my expectations.
I didn't expect anything.
I didn't expect nothing, so that's why I felt like I enjoyed the movie.
How many times would you say that you laughed? Ballpark in that movie.
4 or 5 good times.
In a 2-hour
But the hardest part I laughed at was the funeral.
That was just the most ridiculous part.
That part when he died on them niggas. Oh my Lord. I was hurt. I was like, no, he did not just throw his own funeral and then die on people.
Yeah. Listen, though, boy, this is why
you laughed at that shit. Yes. You thought that was funny?
I thought that was.
Sometimes I feel like I'm losing my funny bone.
We are now in the business.
Right.
We were not in the business when Friday and Next Friday and Friday After Next came out. So obviously the way we see comedies, I don't know about you, Teddy, but the way that I see comedy is completely different now.
You watching it too hard, yeah.
Exactly. It takes a lot more to make me laugh. So it's easier for me to go into something with no expectations and have a great time.
Like, okay, I went into Nobody with no expectations. It was great. But I even think if you strip me of my expectations, you just say, Doughboy, this is part 2 of this movie, watch it. I just seen nothing. And I feel like they failed in both parts. I feel like they failed in making it funny and making the story make sense. The story was just like, what? Huh?
What other comedy sequels have you enjoyed?
I like Next Friday. That's the one that sticks out.
Okay, that's 20 years ago. Give me something else.
That's what I'm saying. What?
In 20 years, you haven't seen a sequel to a comedy that's made you laugh?
I'm literally trying to think of one. I mean, I guess
American Pie 2. I like that one.
Hangover second Hangover?
Hangover 2 was terrible. I didn't enjoy Ride Along 2 as much as I enjoyed the first one. I didn't enjoy Jumanji 2 as much as I enjoyed the first one.
Jumanji 2 was lit, bro.
But it wasn't better than the first one to me.
What?
Like, bro, like that's okay. That's the thing that I be thinking. I just be feeling like, I don't know. The sequel thing, I just feel like it's just.
Jumanji you just don't like sequels.
Yeah, you don't like
It's not
sequels.
that I don't like it, but I don't like them as much as the first ones.
Because you already walk in.
With the expectations.
Kick-Ass 2 was terrible.
You trying to compare it.
Kick-Ass 2 was bad.
Well, Jim Carrey's amazing.
He is. The Mask 2 was terrible.
Well, that didn't have Jim Carrey in it. You can't say that's even a sequel.
I did like Ace Ventura Part 2.
Okay.
That was a sequel.
That was 20-something years ago.
I think I just like the older.
Yeah, that's definitely
I liked Scream 2. Scream 2 was good.
That's not a comedy.
I mean,
right.
No. What was the parody that they made of it?
Scary Movie.
Scary Movie. Scary Movie 2 was good. That's the one when dude had the baby hand.
Yeah.
So I do enjoy them. I just feel like sometimes it's hard to execute and nail it.
So again, stop escaping the question. What other sequels in this past decade have you enjoyed?
I can't think of many. I'm trying to, and I'm not trying to be that difficult guy to just stand on a point. I'm like, what's
Toy Story 3? You and I saw
I
together.
Fucked with Toy Story 3.
And we laughed so hard.
And cried.
We cried real tears at Toy Story 3.
At 3. Didn't really like 2 though, but didn't really like 2.
Yeah.
So 3 I did like. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just like not a sequel. I just feel like it's hard to make lightning strike in the same spot twice sometimes.
Teddy, what is the last couple sequels that you saw that was like, give me, not even just sequels, give me the last couple comedies you've watched where you laughed?
Damn.
Exactly.
It's gonna sound bad, bruh. I can't remember.
See?
The last couple comedies that I laughed.
Dolomite Is My Name. I definitely laughed.
I like that. I like Dolomite. Right. I mean, I don't know. It'll be a bunch. I like specials.
Nobody's Fool. I laughed. That's what
with Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one of her best roles.
Yeah, it was rated R too.
Was that
with the Tyler Perry?
Yeah.
That Tiffany Haddish body. Boy, fix your face.
I love.
Fix your face. Because you watched it thinking that this nigga was really Ghost. You was like, oh, why she talking to Ghost right now? It's a whole different movie, Doughboy. It don't make sense. Why would Ghost make coffee? Doughboy.
He's got an empire in another city. Oh, my God. Nobody's Fool was great. Whoopi Goldberg was in it. Tiffany got to be free.
Was great.
We're talking about this decade, Doughboy.
Okay.
That was 30 years ago, bro.
Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins wasn't this decade,
facts.
but I love that movie.
Wait, that was good.
I love that movie.
That was R-rated. So with R-rated comedies, is there anything that is in the last 3 years that you guys have really stuck out to you?
R-rated comedy. I just said Nobody's Fool. What was? Just give me another. Keep going, Teddy. While I'm thinking of this.
I'm telling you, I feel like the R-rated comedy genre is dead.
No, it's not.
We
talked about this episodes ago where there's so much comedy and content to consume, you forget about things because they get pushed out so much.
Right.
Coffee and Kareem was funny to me.
That was good. I thought
that was a good movie, and that was another King Batch, probably his best role.
Shout out to King Batch.
It was. What's the movie with Issa Rae and Najami? There was a relationship comedy,
and they were in a car, and shit went wrong.
That was funny. Kamal Najani, I believe. Please forgive me. Comments to tell me if I got it right or not. But that was a funny movie.
Kamal and Johnny.
Kamal Najani?
That's the name of the movie?
Kamal Najani.
No, I don't remember the name of the movie. I'm talking about
you're talking about the movie with Issa
Rae.
Yeah, it was a movie.
Oh, the Indian dude.
Yeah.
I was trying to give him his name, but yeah.
I'll tell you, I feel like
what is it, Cole? Kamal Najani. I was right. Cool. Okay. Thank you, man. And he's gonna be in a Marvel movie.
I don't know. I just feel like funny movies ain't really happening no more.
We just named several that you remembered and said, "Oh."
But I'm just like, and I'm not trying to disrespect any movies that are out there, but I'm just saying, like, what was the last comedy that you really was like, nigga, that was the funniest? Like, we used to get movies like that back in the day. I don't feel like that happens. And
Sonic with Jim Carrey, I laughed hard.
Nigga, no.
You didn't laugh at Jim Carrey?
I didn't watch that.
Nobody's watching. We're grown. Who's watching Sonic?
People that grew up with Sonic.
First of all, no. But Sonic was never a cartoon or nothing. It was just a video game.
What are you talking about? It was several seasons of a cartoon, and it had 2 other iterations. Jaleel White voiced the first one in the '90s. The second one was Sonic Unlimited. Yes.
Nobody else watched this, CT.
No, boy. Just
Swole
because
Cole,
you didn't
watch Sonic the Hedgehog?
I swear to God, if you keep going to Cole.
Teddy, did you used to watch Sonic the Hedgehog? Did you want to watch the cinematic reprise of it?
Why do you keep talking about stuff like just because you didn't see it, it didn't exist? Go ahead.
I don't think the rest of the
Because
world.
that's how Doughboy got main character syndrome.
Yes.
If he don't watch it, if he don't consume it, that shit don't exist.
No. And I know I'm not tripping. I know I'm not crazy for this one because I remember.
Does the Bible not exist because you didn't read
Sonic
it?
the Hedgehog was so bad that they came out with a trailer and people shitted on it so much they took it back to the drawing board and said, redo this entire film.
Do you know why?
And put it out, and it still was bad.
That's a lie. It made its money back and they're doing a sequel.
That
Do you know
doesn't mean that
why
it was
they
good.
made? Yes, it does. Do you know why
I'm
they
gonna
made
watch
fun
it
of it,
and come
though,
back
boy?
and cuss you out.
Do you know why they made it? Why they took it off the shelves, though, boy?
Why?
Because the animation did not look like the Sonic that the fans thought that it should look like. They took it back, made Sonic look more like Sonic, and everybody was happy. That went on to generate so much publicity that they said finally they're listening to the fans. If every movie could do this, we would support a whole lot more. Game of Thrones, take note. And that's what happened.
And you said you're saying when you think of a knee slapping ass movie that made you laugh, the go to in your mind the recent recollection, Sonic is one
First
of
of
the
all, I
movies.
named several movies before I even said
Kareem
Sonic.
and Coffee.
Nobody's
It's
fool.
Coffee
Nobody's
and Kareem.
fool. So nobody's fool. Coffee and Kareem.
Nobody.
Sonic Hedgehog. Nobody. These are the funny movies that we're talking about.
I'm naming the things that are of this decade and that I have recently seen that came to my mind and I laughed at. And I said the movie with Kamal Najani and Issa Rae.
Right. That movie. That one.
Yeah.
Okay. So and you agree these are funny 5 movies to you.
He
too.
hasn't seen Sonic, so 4.
Yeah.
Okay, but you seen the movie with Issa?
Yeah.
That was funny to you.
Okay.
Okay. And
It was entertaining.
Okay.
I wasn't dying laughing
Right.
like
Right.
that.
Okay.
Here's the funny
but
thing.
you are a fan of Nobody's Fool.
Yeah, I love
That
that
was
movie.
funny.
Teddy,
Okay.
didn't you do an episode of Insecure?
No. I did work with Issa though. Shout out to Issa. Thank
Okay,
you.
yeah, shout out to Issa. I did an
screamed-
episode of Insecure. That's why I'm like, we can't
I'm glad you said that.
show
because
love to the people
I
that we
hate
work
that.
with.
I hate that whenever I have a critical opinion of it, I don't want it to ever be perceived that I'm hating on the people doing it. These are people I look up to. They're obviously doing what I want to do. Who am I to tell them what they're not doing well? But I still have an opinion.
You have an opinion that is not
just don't
based in facts or reality.
Sonic
You're
the
saying
I bet you most people would say Sonic the fucking
Doughboy.
Hedgehog sucked.
that's not what they would
That's
say.
Can we
And
please
that's-
look it up? Swole Cole, could you please look
So
up
he's-
what let's just look up the Rotten Tomatoes rating on.
I don't care
Let's
about
look
Rotten
up the-
Tomatoes.
Okay.
You know why?
Okay.
Because they rate so many films
Okay.
that they're not rating them accurately. And the people who are rating the films, out of that percentage
Who
that
would
you
you
look
say-
at, oh boy, I swear to God, if you'll let me finish this sentence. Out of the people that you see rating films on Rotten Tomatoes, it might say reviewed by 7 people, but this percentage is out of their collective rating system. So that does not count in comparison to millions of people across the world.
So where would you say would be a reliable source to say that rates movies?
My eyes.
Your own 2 eyes.
Because I have a different opinion
Okay,
than
well,
they
since
do.
everyone doesn't look like that, Cole, what is the general consensus of what 63%?
Oh, look at that. Hold on. I'm so glad that popped up.
93% from the streets.
From
though.
the streets, it says 93%, but from everybody else who rated it, says 63%.
Okay, let's look at these movies that you guys have called
No.
Okay, I want to look at all of these films that
Because
you
you
guys said
want
are
to
funny.
find something that backs
Okay,
your
so
point up. You
93%
son
of
a
the
bitch.
audience said that Sonic the Hedgehog was cool. Let's also pull up.
That's an A.
Let's pull up
by the
Nobody's
way.
Fool. Let's pull up Nobody's Fool. I'm not saying they're not
Okay.
funny.
Pull up Nobody's
Nobody's
Fool.
Fool. Let's
I
look it
said
up.
that I laughed also. I didn't
Okay.
say anything about people. I
Right.
said Sonic is the thing
Right.
you
Yes,
said
that's the one.
nobody.
Yeah, with Tiffany
I
Haddish,
proved
yes.
you wrong. I want an apology.
Okay, 26 and 35%. Okay, so
Okay, Nobody's Fool. This is
All
a
right.
Tyler Perry film that a
Okay.
lot of people don't support a black man who has his own studio and
They
his own
don't.
production
Right.
company.
People
but he
just-
has his own fan
Got it.
base.
Coffee
And his fan base doesn't look to Rotten Tomatoes to decide what they enjoy and what they don't.
Coffee and Kareem. I'm
His
just saying
fan
what the-
base
I'm
don't
just
even
saying
know
what people
Rotten
are saying.
Tomatoes.
Exactly. His fan base thinks Rotten Tomatoes are
Okay,
literally
20
Rotten
okay, so
Tomatoes.
20
That's
and
the
29.
6th time you'd have stepped on a goddamn joke. Now this, because you know what, you
I'm trying to
keep
get
on
my
to prove
point
your
across.
point, Gross.
But okay.
You're not listening.
So this is what the world is saying about
no,
the
boy,
movies.
this is my last episode.
Tell
of
me
this
what you
podcast.
said. Say it again.
I want you to be ready for this. I am done with this shit after today.
I'm listening. Okay.
This is
20
Coffee and Kareem.
29.
It says 20 and 29. Let
Okay.
me also say that this movie came out on Netflix at the very beginning of the pandemic. Not giving any excuses. I said that I enjoyed it. I never went to bat for this like I did Sonic.
Okay. And what else did you say that was funny?
We said Nobody's Fool.
Nobody's
we said
Fool.
Coffee and Kareem.
Oh yeah, the movie with Issa Rae. Can we look up the Issa Rae
Kamal
movie?
Najani.
What's the Issa Rae? I just want to see what the world is saying.
Okay.
What are
Issa
you
Rae.
saying, Doughboy?
He hasn't seen them to have an opinion.
Right. He's just like, well,
You're
Rotten
just saying.
Tomatoes says.
Yeah.
The Lovebirds. I just want to see
Lovebirds,
what people
thanks.
are saying about comedic
All right.
movies that are out.
Now they said, now this is unfortunate.
Lovebirds.
They
Let's
said the
say.
Lovebirds got a 29% audience score. Oh no, that's still Coffee and Kareem. Oh, there we go.
No.
So
Okay, let's
Rotten
define it.
Tomatoes. Now
Okay.
here's a good example.
Okay.
This is something that is a toss-up because Rotten Tomatoes says The Lovebirds is 65% fresh, right? Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the audience score says 50% not fresh. No. So the audience didn't agree with the critics, which always happens.
Okay. I just think that this proved my point.
Give me one of the movies that you're a fan of. Let's pull one of yours up.
Nobody.
Okay, pull up Nobody. Well, we both agree with that. So no, I don't like that. Give me something else. What? Go to Nobody. Type Nobody in. Okay, now look at this. Okay. They said 83% on Rotten Tomatoes. The audience said 94%. Give me one of your movies that you've said today.
What other movies did I say that were funny? That's what I'm saying. I can't think of any recent movies that I like Dolomite. Let's pull up Dolomite. I do think Dolomite's funny. I'll give you Dolomite.
I'm the one who said Dolomite.
The point of what I'm saying is I don't find a lot of films funny. Is what I'm saying. So I be watching the movies that you be watching, but I don't have a bunch off the top of my head. 57 and 67. Okay, that one's cutting the mustard.
Oh, yeah, that's the old one.
That's what I'm saying. Okay.
That's the old one. Got 67%. That's good.
97, 91. Okay, I rock with that.
Okay, so Dolomite,
the point of what I'm saying, and the point of what I'm saying is not to shit on all the movies. I'm just like, when I think of movies that have come out recently that made me just hands down, I'm like, nothing comes to mind that I think of. And then when I ask you two fellow comedians, and those are the movies that you say, I'm not shitting on those movies at all. I'm just saying, okay, I get your opinion, but this is the general opinion of...
You want to see what the Rotten Tomatoes website is saying about films, meanwhile saying that people who actually telling you their opinion doesn't matter. You want to see what the general consensus is, which is not good for somebody like you who's a creator, because what if that happens with a project of yours?
I know, and I know that it will be critiqued.
And somebody, I'm not talking about critique. I'm saying you drop something. We're talking about the Fat Drake. You drop a Fat Drake, and you're like, oh, man, this is great. I love it. And everybody tells you, oh, man, I love this. And then you look at a YouTube video percentage and you have 100,000 likes, but you got 200,000 dislikes. Does that mean that this video isn't fire?
You're making my point for me. No, I can. That's what I'm saying. I can take it to where it's like I know that I'm putting out content, and that's what I signed up for. I know people have hated on a lot of my stuff. Me and Teddy did a Teddy versus Doughboy. I did a song, had like 6,000 unlikes. I get it. So I put my stuff out there to be judged all the time.
No, it's not about the judging. That's not what I'm saying. Everybody's gonna be judged. I'm saying, just because your content is out there and you get a misaverage of people saying that they don't like it compared to the people who like it, does that make it trash?
No, that does
not.
All
right. So us going to the Rotten Tomatoes was of no consequence of us telling you.
Point.
Exactly. That's what I'm arguing.
I was trying to find a way to just say that I would just be thinking that don't be a lot of funny movies.
So why can't you just take the L? Why is it so much that we had to do that?
I'm sorry, man. That's my bad.
You just made Cole pull up a whole bunch of movies he don't care about.
He don't even care about, bro.
Swole Cole even gave me that look like, nigga, quit calling my name.
Man, literally, nigga, quit calling.
I'm here for the sound. It's the sound, okay?
He gonna invoice us for a talent fee? $75.
Man.
All right.
Yeah, okay. So these are great points.
Yes.
This was solid. We went way longer than we should have.
This was a great conversation.
It felt good. I blame Teddy Ray for being so funny and likable and his energy. And I'm going to give you credit for not acknowledging him except the one time
That's
that you
why
did.
I was a little tight at the beginning. I was just like, I was trying my hardest not to look at him and acknowledge him. I was just like,
the part you did, you were like, yeah, man, because I was riding around with Teddy today.
You gave me that look. I was just like,
Jesus.
Oops. The part that I almost lost it on with you was like, no, Tony for the streets. I turned around. I was like, oh, Lord.
Listen, man, that's what I was going to say.
Okay.
Doughboy said he gets sensitive about certain subjects. Like when you said we did the size of a man's situation get you in your feelings. I'm like, that's not all that got you in your feelings. The thing that got you in your feelings was you thinking that I was about to disrespect Tony with the belongs to the streets when I'm like, if you just let me finish my point.
And I knew you wouldn't. I was just like, where
I would never disrespect you or your lady.
There's never a positive connotation with being from the streets, though.
Well, I didn't say from. There are a lot of people who are from the streets. Yeah, belonging to the streets and artist streets are different things. And the way that I articulated what I meant by them.
You explained it very well.
And you see what happens when you just listen, Doughboy?
Right.
You so reactionary, bro. You'd be like, yeah, man, so listen, crack on. Who you I drank alcohol. I'm not saying you didn't, brother. I'm just saying.
No, man. I get it, man. This has been this is our first after show. Thank you, Theodore, for joining us. This has been fun.
Hey, man. Say, man, I love y'all.
Love you too, bro.
You know, shout out to Cole.
Swole Cole is the name.
Swole Cole, you feel me? Just Us League, you feel me?
Understand that?
All the fans out there, everybody showing love. You know what I'm saying? Kiss your mama right now. Do something special for somebody. You feel me?
Hey, do you remember? Did you see the picture of Teddy wearing his Boy Scouts uniform, bro?
No, you got a Boy Scout uniform
Bro, he
picture?
was adorable.
I was a Boy Scout.
What do you remember that you know now how to do as a Boy Scout?
Help old white ladies cross the street.
Only the white ones?
That was when I knew racism exists. They didn't care how black women cross the street. They was like, help this old white lady.
You ever how to tie a knot?
Yeah, we did the knots. We did archery. We did all kind of stuff.
Oh,
how,
look at you.
how far did you go in the Boy Scouts? Like, did you get to the camp?
I didn't go far enough to get molested. I just want to nip that in the bud right there. I didn't go far enough to get touched on. You feel me?
These are not the views and opinions.
Because any nigga that had gone too far, you'd be like, hey, nigga.
Hey. So you graduated high school or Boy Scout?
You made it to Eagle Scouts. Nigga, show me on the Boy Scout dog.
Oh, my God. Boy Scouts, we sorry. Talk to your people, man.
Oh, man.
This is fun, man.
This has been fun, man. This has been great. We got to have you back.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
Sorry for stepping on your punchlines 5 through 7 times.
Man, let me tell you something. Today,
I was hungry the whole episode.
Boy. Like, the first 3 times, I was like, nah, he probably just inspired. And then it kept happening. I was like,
man. So,
boy.
How much time do we have? Do we have we need to wrap this up right now?
We're already paying for this right now.
Cool.
So what's up? What do you want to say?
So let me just tell you what happened. So me and Ted, so before I had got here, this just tell you how ridiculous I am in my mind all the time. I started a 40-day fast today where I was only supposed to where I was only supposed to be drinking protein shakes, smoothies, and water. You see,
and he walked in with a sandwich and a coke.
I just thought I was just like 40 days and 40 nights. I need to do it. So I talked to Teddy.
You also build an ark and find animals to transport.
I need 2 beetles, 2 roaches,
so
2 salamanders.
They gonna cross-mate.
And it made perfect sense to me yesterday. But then, like, I was shooting all day today. And then so when me and Teddy was talking, I was just like, yeah, man. Like, even when I picked him up, like, yeah, man, we got to start by Jamba Juice, man. I got to get it. I'm doing this whole thing, man. And then the more we talked, like, we were just chopping up about real life. And then by the time the conversation ended, I was just like, yeah, man, you're right. And then I was like, I'm going to go get a sandwich and some chips. I just totally abandoned the fast, and I just fell off of it.
You know what, bro? How about this, man? Real talk. Let's do this, man.
I need a life coach.
No, you do not need a life coach. You need to be held accountable is what you need.
I wasn't going to make it that 40 days. Now Tony's mad because I told her to buy a bunch of protein shakes, and I'm not going to drink them.
How about this, man?
Wow.
Let's go hiking tomorrow. Just like your sobriety, you take everything day by day.
I do.
So without making any plans, big plans, just start one day at a time.
Okay.
Hey, Doughboy, would you like to go hiking tomorrow?
Yes. What time?
When we get up, before it get hot. So I can say, let's get up. It's going to get hot at about 9, but realistically, if I'm not lying to myself, I'm going to get up at 11. So if you want to get up.
Let's push it back to 12 skis.
I can do noon.
Noon skis.
Understand?
You want to roll Teddy Ray? You want to roll Wenzel?
If this event actually happens,
you down to go for a hike?
I'm down to go.
Now
look, y'all keep adjusting these
You can come over to the house and stay the night, man. We can watch movies and eat snacks.
I'm not properly dressed for all that.
You can watch movies and eat snacks.
I got one pair of drawers. I'm not finna.
Do not mess those up for Doughboy's nonsense.
Okay, so but if I pick you up tomorrow, you'll roll with us.
Yeah.
Listen, so I need you to have him picked up before you get to me.
I'll get him.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go hiking tomorrow.
All right.
Okay? Noon.
Let's document it on our phones.
I need you to listen. I'm not doing all of that. I don't like sharing that kind of stuff.
Okay.
You can do it. I'm just not going to be in it.
Got you.
We're going to do it. I need you to understand that it's going to be hot out there. Teddy and I are a lot darker than you. We're going to burn a lot differently than you are.
You're not a lot darker than me, bro. I'm team chocolate, bro.
Doughboy, you are a red bone. Hella pause.
No, I'm not. I'm sick of people calling me light.
Why did you look at the darkest brother in the room like
right.
he's going to give you validation?
Look at me. Validation. I don't look like mulatto.
Swole cold. Ain't I dark? We all dark to cold. You understand?
Man.
Every time I feel inadequate, but
every time. Ladies and gentlemen.
You know about little dick powders, right, Coco? God, help me, man. Be here with me.
Justice League Podcast. Doughboy, CT,
tomorrow.
Teddy Ray. We'll take a picture.
We outro.
Oh.